This exercise is called hip 90-90 breathing. This is a classic that we use a lot to emphasize that diaphragmatic breath pattern. A lot of us, when we're in a stressed state or an excitatory state, we'll start to breathe into the upper chest and we get this type of a breathing pattern. And by being up in that chest, it creates tightness in all these accessory breathing muscles, specifically this big guy in the front called your sternocleidomastoid. It can put a lot of pressure on the base of the skull, gives us headaches, gives us neck pain that kind of runs up and down through the shoulder. It can often be one of those problematic positions for us. So the hip 90-90 breathing starts to encourage a little more diaphragmatic engagement and tries to relax or let some of these things shut off for a minute and focus on breathing into the lower back and the belly. So to set this up, we're either going to lay on the floor with our feet up on the wall, or if you're having trouble getting up and down off the floor, just lay in bed, put some pillows underneath your knees or whatever that case may be. Make this comfortable for you. But once we get into that 90-90 position, meaning the knees are bent to 90 degrees, the hips are bent to 90 degrees, we're going to try to relax the low back by creating a little pelvic tilt. So I'm just going to squeeze my lower abs and kind of roll my pelvis back so that it relaxes my low back against the floor. Once I'm in that relaxed position, it'll allow the muscles in my spine to turn off for a second or release for a second. Just get some pressure off of there so that I have room to expand my air into the rib cage. When I inhale, I'm going to breathe in through the nose, and I want to visualize my lower abdomen being a cylinder. I want to envision all of it expanding, so out to the sides, front to back, kind of a 360-degree expansion of the lower abdomen as we pull air into that lower mid-back. The only thing I want you to pay attention to is making sure that it's not just going into your upper chest, right? I don't want to see that chest rise here. I want it to feel nice and relaxed through the upper body, and you just should feel a natural passive kind of expansion through the abdomen. This is a relaxation drill, so don't overemphasize it or try to work too hard through it. The goal is just to get some air into that bottom position so that we encourage a more natural, relaxed breathing pattern and just take a minute to get out of that stress state type of an idea. So keep your mind and keep your thoughts calm so that we can actually encourage some of that expansion through the abdomen. On the exhale, we can also kind of overemphasize the exhale. So when I breathe out, I'm going to breathe out through the mouth, and I want to breathe out more air out than I think I should. So when you finish your normal exhale, force a little bit of extra air out. And by forcing that extra air out, you're going to feel your abs engage. You're going to feel that rib cage kind of drop in, and you should feel your ribs and your pelvis kind of come together as we get into that alignment of rib cage and pelvis that we're always looking for. For a lot of us, again, in that stress state, we kind of hold a little too much air in the chest, and it limits our ability to kind of pull the abs in and get that the rib cage to engage, which also might be limiting your diaphragm action. So we want to emphasize the exhale so that we're able to get more air in and encourage that diaphragm to be able to engage on the next breath. Okay, so a lot going on in this one for a simple exercise. The big key takeaways: 90-90 position so the low back can relax. Engage the lower abdomen to take pressure off the low back. Breathe in through the nose, trying to fill the belly up with air. 360-degree expansion. On the exhale, breathe all the air out, and then even a little more than maybe you think you should. Okay, so an overemphasis on the exhale. If you have any questions on this one, make sure you reach out because this is a classic one and it should feel pretty nice for you. Okay, any questions, let us know.